freaking cold outside. I guess Al Gore was onto something with global warming. I'm believing that this winter. It's so freaking cold. I would be cold wearing this, but so like, I don't know. I was thinking about it. And I'm like really big into public health and all that. I was thinking, I don't really believe in global warming. Like, I accept all the data and stuff. I do. But a part of me is like, and this like immature part of me, I'm like, nah, nothing's gonna happen. We've been alright for like a million years. Nothing's gonna happen. I was thinking, like, that's probably been said before. Like the saber-toothed tigers probably said that before. Like they're on the savannah on the prowl. They're like, we're gonna be alright. It's a little cold. Just want a sweater. We'll be alright. That glacier's not gonna affect my life. And next thing you know, right? Famous last words. So I've been trying to go green. I've been trying, but it's so hard sometimes. They're like, to recycle this plastic bottle, just take a brief expedition over the river and through the woods. And I'm like, screw that. No one's looking. Into the regular trash you go. And I feel guilty about it later. So now I tell myself, in the great karmic force of life, this will meet a productive end. I know it's a cop-out, but it's a bar. But I do little things to go green. I do other things to go green, and I think that's a good thing, right? Yeah. Yesterday, I thought about ordering a Diet Coke. I gave myself a mani-pedi last week instead of going to the nail salon. I switched to Gmail. And that means something, right? Every little bit counts. But I couldn't take the stairs up to Heber today, so it's a long haul, and I don't even think they let you do it, so I got into the elevator. And it was the Angelo is gay elevator. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's a second elevator, and right up there where you look to see which floor you're on, it's scratched in. Angelo is gay. And it's been there for as long as I can remember. And I always wondered who wrote it. Who is Angelo? Why did this person feel the need to broadcast his sexual orientation on this elevator? I don't know. But it's just information, right? And that can't hurt. Information's good. That's cool. Information is good. But my favorite is this one in facts. Erica smells like a bag of herpes. We're all thinking the same thing, right? Which lecture was this person sitting in that made them think a bag of herpes was an acceptable medical description? I can't even wrap my head around the presentation of it. Now, if you had said, Erica smells like a bag of anal discharge, right? At least it makes sense. It makes sense. But still, it's just data, and that can't hurt. I was wondering about Angelo's sexual orientation and why I smell herpes in bags, and I guess you know. But sometimes I wish it could be information I could really use, like something that'll add dimension to my medical education. Because I'm a SNED. Kind of a gigantic nerd. It was a prerequisite to get accepted, and I want to see some biochem girl on the girls' bathroom wall. Like in the fall, like when anatomy's going on, and I spend half my life in the bathroom trying to wash the smell of formaldehyde out of my hair. Like it doesn't matter if I come to school smelling like a meadow, the second I step out of the elevator, I smell like crap. And I want to see someone written on the wall, hi guys, I found this amazing mnemonic to remember the functions of all the transcription factors and the steps of DNA replication, transcription, and translation for every single species. And then maybe someone would cross out that one and write an even better mnemonic underneath it. Like everything, but in alphabetical order, to the tune of staying alive. And soon it would turn into like this big biochem discussion with everyone sharing information, designed to make life easier for me. And if it ever got really confusing, someone would just say, guys, there's a really terrific explanation of all this downstairs. And we'd congregate, in the girls' bathroom, stall two, just looking around the door and being like, we'll discuss it. Like, all right, I got that. Check. And we don't do stuff like that. And I find that sad. I think everyone suffers, especially me. No one helps. Everyone's busy gunning, hiding books in the library and stuff. I work at the library. I know some of the messed up things you medical students are doing. And I gotta wonder how that's gonna play out, later, when we're physicians. Some of us don't actually know this material. I'll refer someone to a nephrologist one day, and I'll be like, oh, my primary care had no idea what she was doing. And the nephrologist looks down at his chart and was like, yeah, Marsha, I hit BRS physio from her during renal. I guess you still didn't get it. That's messed up. That's messed up. But, do we have any GMS out here tonight? I see a lot of... I think that's a shame. I think that's a GMS are hot. I don't know what it is. I saw this one guy in the elevator, and he was from Tennessee. He was the only one I saw. He said, yeah, I did GMS. And I was like, well, of course he did. But I didn't know about GMS until I got here, and then I was just like all these hot guys, and I was like, you're not in my class, so you can never do GMS. I think it's strange how there's like so many different ways to get into the U. I'm a SMED. And if I was a regular medical student, I'd find it a little weird to see all these like Eng medics, like EMSSPs, M medics running around with early acceptance into medical school. I'd be like, so when did you get your medical school acceptance letter? You're like, oh, I agree. I had to print it right on the back of my birth certificate. Thanks, you guys have been amazing. Have a great time.